What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another Dark Dimension 3 video guide and playthrough. We're finally wrapping up global nodes in my last video. We are now moving on to the next node, being node 9 of the cosmic characters. So with that being said here, let's go ahead and dive into my roster. You're going to see that these are going to be the same characters that I have utilized in the first initial 4 nodes. So you bet we're bringing Ebony Maw here. Got super lucky with the 6 red. You bet we're going to take advantage of him. You can see that I've T4'd a lot of his abilities. He's going to be providing a lot of support, defense up, as well as health regeneration for our team. Synergizing Ebony Maw is going to be Thanos, providing energy to Ebony Maw whenever there's an enemy that falls. In addition to that, Thanos is going to be able to take away damage by taunting, in addition to also applying offense down to the enemies when the opportunity does present itself. Next, it's going to be Hela, spreading the negatives that we do place upon the enemies, providing that extra additional DPS. And let's not forget that with Hela, we also get Greg along the way here, and Greg is definitely going to be able to soak up damage for our team, and as well as the rest of the node. Last but not least, it is going to be Minerva here, providing additional support for our team. She's going to be able to give us that second chance with her reviving ability. And don't forget, her ultimate ability does scale actually with the percentage of the enemies, so it only gets better and better as you use her higher up in the Dark Dimension nodes. These are the 4 characters I'm currently bringing, but you bet I'm going to definitely bring on a 5th character. So these are the 4 for this node. With that being said, let's dive right now into the gameplay. Now, although this node is easier than some of the nodes we've already seen, what I did do in the beginning of this battle is I actually did throw in my Ebony Maw for an initial attack to kind of soak up all the damage. So what you're seeing is actually my second attempt, but this will be the real attempt in terms of me utilizing the full team here with the 4 characters mentioned. So just keep in mind, sometimes we do have to throw in a character in there just to soak up damage. But you'll see from the very get-go here, we are up against 10 total characters consisting mainly of the X-Men with a combination of Captain America's as well as Mysterio. For this initial wave, I do actually recommend taking down Phoenix as the first character, just due to the fact that Phoenix has a lot of damage, and taking her out of the way will just help us immensely. Also keep in mind, because we have Ebony Maw on our roster, taking down Phoenix actually grants us immunity and barrier, further protecting our team from damage. So fast forwarding here to save you guys a little bit of time, you can see that finishing off Phoenix there does summon Dark Phoenix on their end, but because of her death, it does actually grant us a barrier, a little bit of protection. Really, the characters to be mindful of to kind of have an offense down and just be wary of is the Storms as well as the Cyclops, just because of the fact that they have a massive outburst in damage. But fortunately, this node is easier in the sense that these characters don't have as much health. So I personally recommend as well, once this new Phoenix spawns, do aim for her again, despite the fact that our guys are weaker. That's why Ebony Maw and Minerva is so useful. You can see that Ebony Maw's ultimate actually healed us up all the way from the near brink of death. And once you are able to soak up damage, you see that I do finish off Phoenix now for the second time, once again gaining immunity and the barrier. And at this point, I do actually recommend taking down either the Storms or the Cyclops there, just due to the fact that they have more increased damage when compared to the rest of this team. So just keep that in mind. Personally, I do go ahead with actually taking down Storm, just because I don't like her AoE burst. And really, you may have to play this by ear, but you can see after that, the Cyclops here is actually getting quite weak as well, so that's something to be mindful of. But that's 2 down right now, and also keep in mind, you are able to actually get the next wave here after 3 more characters drop. So the next wave actually spawns at 10 out of 15 enemies left. So at this point, I would really try to strategically plan in terms of who you would want to take down, especially if the next wave comes, and it does actually have another Cyclops with a Rocket Raccoon that can do some pretty good damage. With that being said, I didn't really get a choice. I had to take down Captain America, unfortunately, due to his taunt. But and Cyclops was weaker, so you bet I took him down. And then Mysterio actually went down already, summoning the 2 clones that you see there. So that actually did help us like that. But keep in mind, the clones actually die instantly if you ever hit them, just because how squishy they are. So at this point, I am at 12 out of 15 enemies left. But it is a little fake in the sense that the Mysterios are actually not true. So you can see there, using the ability from Thanos, that actually did prompt the next wave. But that's quite alright, because we just used so much damage right there, and it actually takes down a lot of the enemies, because we're used to so many stronger Dark Dimension 3 nodes with these guys having more health. And this node is actually really beginner friendly, because their pools are smaller. The gear level and tier level for each of these enemies are actually lower than what we're used to facing. So at this point, with 6 out of 15 enemies left, I do recommend just focusing the Cyclops as well as Storm. They do more damage in the bunch. Additionally, Rocket Raccoon's also quite weak as well. So we have quite a few options here. So really my strategy was just going through and seeing how many guys I can take down. But also keep in mind as well, with 5 out of 15 enemies left here, just be mindful near closer to 3 enemies left. I would definitely recommend in terms of just building up energy again, because if you want to use these characters for the next node and make sure their energy is ready to go, especially Ebony Maw, his defense up as well as his ultimate to heal, definitely be mindful of that as we're progressing towards the end of this node. And especially in the sense that these characters are quite weak and really squishy, so you just never know how many more hits you can actually take them down. You can see that I did quite a number on my Minerva there, but once again, we're quite alright just due to the fact that we do actually have additional healing. I did opt to use Ebony Maw's defense up just in case, like, I didn't want anybody dying, especially seeing how Minerva was actually hit quite hard there. But going ahead then, and we're just going to polish out our skills here. Like I said before, if you guys can opt to use it, just save your energy if you can. And finishing off Rocket Raccoon there, that only leaves Groot, Star-Lord, as well as Wolverine, whom of all, like, none of these guys should be a concern to you. This should be definitely one of the easier Dark Dimension 3 nodes in the game, just due to the fact that it looks scary at first with that really big burst of the X-Men characters, but you can see how squishy these guys are. I wish Dark Dimension 3 was this easy, but it was kind of nice that they were able to give us a little bit of a breather after those global nodes, especially with how difficult those global nodes were and how many attempts I took in the last node, definitely being notable. So this was a nice little treat for us, especially a nice relief after all those difficult nodes. So we're just going ahead here. I was able to bide a little bit of time, build up my energy here in preparation for the next node. It's nice if Groot's still left as last, because he can have a revive and really help you kind of build up energy, especially when Groot doesn't do that much damage and he's really just about protection. So with that being said, that is officially node 9 being done and wrapped up now. And I'll just show you guys the history here, as noted in my previous recording. You can see that the first attack was essentially using Ebony Maw to soak up damage and then wrapping it up. As well, just for my own personal reference, you guys can see here for tracking, I started Dark Dimension 3 at about 380 days login, 398. So officially 18 days in, node 9 is complete. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.